Lists and loops in Blockly. You should have watched the video about lists basics before watching this video. Here on the screen is a list containing 5 letters, A, B, C, D, E. When we look in the loops folder, we can find that we have a loop which is a for loop, and it's for each item I in a list. So let's add our list. Now we can do things with them. So let's do something simple so we can see what's going on. We'll print I. So this is going to loop through this list and use I, which is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to print out the items at those indexes. So let's run that and check it does what we expect. A, B, C, D, and E. Another way of achieving the same outcome is by using a count loop. So if we move the print there, delete our for loop, and we'll just change that to I instead of J for consistency. So it's going to do a count from 1 to, we'll go to 5, because there's 5 items in the list, in ones, and print I. Let's just see how that works. First, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if we want to use this in our list, we want the index to start from 0, not 1, and it should end on 4. Now, we don't want it to just print out that letter, we'd rather print out the item in the list. So we want to get index I from my list and print that out. Let's run that, and that should do the same as last time. A, B, C, D, E. Now, we've just achieved exactly the same as we did with the for each item in a list loop. Why might we want to do it this way? Well, we don't have to choose everything in our list. We could choose every other item in our list doing this. Let's try running that. A, C, E. So it gives us a few more options, but we could also go back and change that to 1, and we could say create text with the variable I to start with. Let's add another item in there, and colon space, and suddenly you can see that this, now that shows us the index 0 is got A, index 1 is B, and so on. So this gives us a lot more flexibility. In lists basics, we covered all of the blocks in the lists folder, but there was one we missed, and that's is empty. So let's see how this might work. Now, this works well with a while loop. And what we can do is set up a little program where we go while, where's the logic folder, while our list is not empty, we can do stuff. So I'm going to again print out the items from the list by getting them, and I'm going to remove them index 0. So if we have a little think about this, this is going to start looping, and as the list contains 5 items to start with, it's not empty. So it will execute this little bit here, which is print the item in my list at index 0, but it will also remove it. So the next time round, the list isn't empty, but it's got 1 less, and it will do the same again, and so on and so forth until the list is empty. We could put an extra print statement to check this out and just print the length of my list. Let's run this. A, B, C, D, and the fact that it's going to each letter means that E is at index 0 because all the other elements have been removed. That closes that, and then it prints out the length of our list, which is 0. So lists are a little more complicated to use than variables, but they can make your programs a lot shorter, a lot easier to read, and help organise your data more easily. I hope you enjoy writing programs with lists and looping through them.